What's up, my people? Hope we're all doing well. I've been saying it for years now, pretty much. If you understand market structure properly and how the charts actually move, it's more useful, right? You can pinpoint things far better. You get a better understanding than ICT, support, resistance, all of that. And it's also simpler. Every candle has a purpose, and you can see that candle without getting too deep into it. So I know last structure session, I got positive reviews on that video. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. Pretty sure it's called Reading Structure on my channel, but this will be like a part 2. That time frame, I'm pretty sure I did the lower time frame, like the 3 minutes, just to prove to you that market structure is fractal. I'll do it on the 4-hour time frame. So I can see we broke structure to the upside here, and then we had a protected low, which we just candle closed below. So quite simply, right, even without focusing, people get, where do I start from? You can just see high, this low, failed to make a new high, and then we close below it. Who is in current control? That's all you want to see right now. Who is in current control? Sellers are in current control. As long as we do what? As long as we took this low. As long as we stay below this high, I'm going with sellers. Not this high, not this high. This is the highest point between this low and where we broke it. Now, according to structure, we are expecting a lower high, lower low. Where exactly? Well, this is a SNDR, so this will be my first POI. If we break that, we'll go higher, but this is my first POI. Now, do I have any liquidity within here? Well, we came out of the zone, we tapped back in, we pushed lower. So here I have my beautiful 6-tap model. So this will be my liquidity or my bear tap. So I'm expecting this to be swept and then for price to potentially continue lower. There's a sweep. Perfect. Let's see if we candle close below this low. All right, breaks the structure, changes the character. They have to be candle closes. Beautiful. Was that random? I didn't have to use breaker block, this, that. Structure, area of supply, sweep that first touch as always, and we dump. So now what do we have? Well, we have a new breaker structure to the downside. We have a new protected high up here. How much of the zone above did we mitigate? Still not fully mitigated, so my real protected high will be up here. But I could still right now be looking for a short from here to here. I can see, what did we do? We left the zone. We came back in. We pushed higher. So this would now be my first tap. Okay, and we'll see what we do. There's a sweep. Let's see if it gives us a lower low. Beautiful. We sweep it. We push into the zone, and let's see if we get a candle close below. That will be our real breaker structure. That's another wick. Okay, we've candle close below. So again, we are just following downtrends, returning to zones, and pushing lower. So here we have another breaker structure. We have another zone here. Okay, now here's a situation where people get confused. You're going to be like, where did you wick the zone? Come back, move lower, come back, move lower. I'm just seeing it as a 1, 2, we came out, 3, we came back in, 4, lower level. Keeping it simple. I don't have to focus on zoom in on this wick and then use this as my high, and then zoom in on this wick and then use this as my high. The zone's still very unmitigated. We came out, we came back in, we moved lower. This is fine for me as my first tap or my liquidity. So I'm expecting price to sweep this and then potentially move lower. Let's see what we get. Play it out a bit faster. Okay, so we haven't got a breaker structure yet. So this is still valid, but we have formed a double bottom, right? We can see that every high is putting in a new low. This is the first high that hasn't put in a new low. So I have to think, okay, potentially we could get a reversal here. How will I know? First of all, I keep an eye on this. This is all internal structure. But you can see now we're returning into this internal bullish zone. And we are starting to boom. I'm expecting price to come put in a higher high above here. But I won't start looking for longs until we break this zone. But if we come sweep this, respect the bullish zone, and then push higher, I know that we'll get a change of character and I can switch bias. So let's see. Okay, beautiful. Can you see? We got that first high that failed to make a new low. We broke internal structure to the inside, to the upside, because everything between here and here is external. So everything between here is internal. So we break it, we tap back in, we push higher. We see if we can come sweep this tap. There's the sweep of the tap. And we break that. So look at that. All this was facilitating the pullback to sweep that tap. Look at the precision on that to the T and then dump. Again, nothing is random when you understand structure properly. And I know I ramble on about it, but it's generally like a cheat code. It's like playing a game and you have all the glitches. So now we're trading between this low and this high. And the same thing, I'm expecting price to return into here and push higher. I don't really have any SMDRs, etc. I have this fair value gap, which isn't too bad. So let's see what it does. Okay, we came into the zone. Like I said, I didn't really have any SMDRs, etc. But we respected the fair value gap. Pushed lower, and then we had a new zone here. It's simple stuff. So we draw it from here to here. This one I prefer. We have liquidity as well. We came out in the zone, we came back in, we pushed lower. So this becomes my first tap on my liquidity. And I want to see how price reacts after sweeping that to look for a potential sell. Okay, hold up. We skipped crazily. So we're coming up to the zone. Let's see. Okay, this is a similar thing to this one here. This high failed to make a new low. We started pushing a bit to the upside, but we're not bullish until we sweep the tap and then see how it reacts. So it's the same thing, right? We've got this external swing point here. So we're trading externally where? Between here, right? And here. Everything else is irrelevant. We're expecting a lower high, lower low. We're expecting price to sweep the first tap and then push higher. Right now, however, we have internally, right? We are bullish internally because we are making higher highs, higher low, higher high, because we failed to take out this low. So still bearish, but I'm watching these bullish zones. I'm expecting price to tap into here and potentially push higher. So let's see how, okay, now we swept the tap. We're coming to a bearish zone. I am expecting some sort of push down. And then according to structure, we should take out this low. So let's see what we do. Okay, we come into this bullish zone as planned. And now let's see what we do. Nice, we're pushing lower. Okay, then we actually make a new high. So what does this tell me? Okay, this tells me that we're bearish. We started pulling back internally as we expect, but then we swept the tap. We came to the supply zone. This supply zone should break this area of demand, this bullish zone. It didn't. It just facilitated a pullback, and this actually came and took out all these sellers here, all the supply here. So this tells me now that this is now bullish, and we will, although structurally we are not bullish yet, we're going to turn structurally bullish and we're going to take out this high. So now my game plan would be, okay, looking for a long in here for price to come take out this high and give me that change of character. So let's see what we do. Okay, nice. You can see we put a first tap into the zone that pushes price higher. So this would be my liquidity and this would be my SNDR. This is the area of demand responsible for giving me this breaker structure. I say breaker structure like that because it is technically still internal. Right, so I expect price to sweep that tap into here and continue higher. There's a sweep. There's a high, beautiful. And this is pretty much where we are up to today. And just to prove that this isn't me just hindsight reading, you can see in my free Discord, I give free daily pre-market prep, what I'm looking at going into the day. And I said NQH4, 6 tap into bearish zone, failed to give a new load and took the high. So we had that zone, we had that tap. Like I said, this tap failed to make a new low, and then we took that high, right, this bullish zone from this high to this low, got respected, left a first tap into the new bullish zone, expecting a sweep and rip. So we left a first tap into that bullish zone, expecting a sweep and a rip. We go back to our trading view chart. You can see this is that first tap. We got the sweep, and then we got the rip. Basically, all I'm asking you to do, I'm not asking you, I'm just advising you, is go to the charts, any chart, any time frame. I know I say that all the time, and just look at structure. Look at where price broke a low. Where did price return to? Where did price then push higher? Where did price then shift structure? Where did price return to? What did price sweep? And you'll actually see that the market, hope I proved it to you there, does the same thing every single day. And when you understand why, according to market structure and these concepts, you stay on the right side of the market and you make some money. But yeah, any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you did like this video, I do appreciate any likes or subscribes. Like I showed you, I have a completely free Discord. You're more than welcome to join. I do also have a premium version of the Discord where you can watch me live stream my trading every day, ask me any questions, and get a full breakdown of my trading model. I appreciate your time as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.